You're listening to the Beans and Dice podcast, a podcast about how we game.
The next game Nick pulled out that night, this is Thursday night, was Mystic Vale. It's one I think all of us had played before, both Nick, Rob, and myself.
Yep.
It's a fun one. It's one of my favorite games. I like deck building, but this is deck building to the nth degree because you're not just building your deck, but you're building the card. You're sleeving in these advancements. You can get up to 3 on each card to make your cards better. A lot of your cards start off blank, and you have complete control over what they look like. And it's a push your luck mechanic. You have these red symbols. You don't want to see more than 3. If you do, you spoil and you lose your turn. But you can get these green symbols that counteract them. So if you build your deck correctly, by the end of the game, you're pretty much playing your whole deck, all 20 cards. And that's when it's really fun at the end of the game. And you almost even have to get a piece of paper and write down, okay, I have this to spend, like to keep track of how many of your symbols are counteracting each other. But I really, really enjoy Mystic Vale. It's hard to rate this one. I've played it a lot. I think I'd have to give it about a 9. It's one of my top games.
Yikes. Yeah, that's one of the few things I wasn't crazy about the game. I really liked the game. I played it, I think, 3 times now. And actually, all 3 of my plays have been within the last 4 or 5 months. So this one's fairly new to me, even though it's not a newer game. But this was one of the first, if not the first, that used this idea of using the sleeves to upgrade your cards, where you...
It's called a card crafting system. Yeah,
okay,
I think they patented it. Other games are using it now.
Yeah, because they've done at least 1 or 2 more games with it now. When I say they, let me just jump back here and check. It's AEG, and let me get the designer here.
John D. Clare.
There you go, John D. Clare. But yeah, there have been several other games, and I know AEG has done at least 1 or 2 more games where they're doing that card crafting system. Then that's, like you say, taken off, and some other designers are now picking up on it.
Right? Canvas uses it.
Oh, yeah, Canvas uses it. So yeah, there's several examples of it. But yeah, really neat. I mean, that was really an innovative thing to do. And this game is fun. I don't know if you've played it yet, Carlos. But,
Negative.
Okay, another game I'm almost certain that you will enjoy. I would say I'm going to put this at an 8. This is a game that I would play pretty much any time that it came out. This isn't one that I necessarily have to be in the mood for. It may not be the first game that pops to my in my head when somebody talks about playing it says a 45-minute game, but now that I've played it several times recently, this one's quickly moving up, and I want to get some more plays in. I played with the big box once. Kenneth Fly from our game group taught it to me over at Armada Games just about 4 or 5 months ago, and he had the big box. So I was going to say the one thing I didn't like, though, is that symbology. As you mentioned, at the end of the turn, you've got these little symbols that you can buy these special cards that are off to the side, and sometimes they require multiples of those symbols, and you've got this whole splay out in front of you sometimes of 7, 8, 9, 10 cards, and you're having to go back and count, okay, I got 2 bear claws, I've got 1 starburst, I've got this, that. In the big box edition, they came out with little counter things that, I don't know what to call them, they're little tokens. Yeah, tokens for each one, and then as you get them, you have these tokens that you spin them in front of you to spin up. All right, I got 2 claws, this, that, and they allow you a lot easier to count those up and then to look at the cards that you're trying to buy to purchase those, and then you spin them down. So that was a big help in that part of it. But yeah, the rest of the game I find real smooth and elegant. And again, another one Carlos needs to play soon. But yeah, good game. But back to you, Carlos. What's up?
So Rob, you give it an 8. Mitch is at a 9 on that one. I'm enticed to play it.
Okay, yeah.
But do you think it's fiddly with the cards and the sleeving them together? Did that take up too much time, or did that keep it moving?
I don't think so. Yeah, it's quick. As you're doing that, the next person's taking their turn, so you're cleaning up and slotting your cards.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's.
You can only buy, I think, 2 a round. So I mean, that quick.
Yep, it's quick.
Thanks for watching the Beans and Dice podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe.